I'm Wendy.
I'm Chris.
Hi, I'm Ruth.
And I'm Ted.
Hi everybody, welcome to my house. Obviously my name is Patrick Lee Schoop. I'm with the Air Force Recruiting Office. This is obviously not our weekly community meeting. So today we invited you over here for a speech that I have to give. Okay, like I said, I'm Sergeant Schoop. I've been in Air Force recruiting for 3 years. Alright, but something you don't know about me is I worked at a regional training facility. Alright, to where we train troops to go down overseas and defend this country. And I trained them on military weapons and every weapon in the Air Force arsenal, how to use it, how to employ it, and how to defend ourselves. Alright, but one question I had is, what do we do as a force to protect the private issues that everybody's going through that we don't focus on rarely? So today's topic is sexual harassment or sexual assault. Sexual assault crimes in the military are very real. They impact the mission and have the effectiveness to not get the mission done because it affects the people. It's very a high priority for our leaders to try to solve this problem as best as possible. There's a zero tolerance to prevent this, from the top leadership all the way down to the lowest airman in the United States Air Force. I'm going to discuss 3 things today. I'm going to discuss current events, things that are happening in the United States Air Force right now that you've probably seen on TV or on videos or in commercials. Well, not commercials, but the internet. Alarming trends and statistics, and future countermeasures that we can use to help prevent sexual assault. Alright, military business is a matter of national news. Alright, whatever our involvement is, whether it's overseas or here in the darker side, or the current events that's going on in the United States Air Force. One of the big issues over the last year and a half you've probably seen on TV is basic training. There was 62 trainees assaulted. There was 34 instructors involved in this assault over a 4-year period. 7 instructors were court-martialed over that time. Alright, and there are 8 more court-martials pending. One of the most famous names you probably heard, well, I wouldn't say famous, but has been brought to light is Sergeant Lewis Walker. He received a 20-year sentence for assaulting over 20 trainees. Another event that you've probably heard here in the Pentagon area, in the DC area, is Lieutenant Colonel Jeff Krasinski. He was actually the sexual assault prevention report officer. Alright, and basically what happened was he assaulted a young lady and while he was drunk, and he groped a female down near the Pentagon. Alright, so it happens at all levels. Lieutenant Colonel all the way down to E4 has been in the Air Force for 3 to 4 years. Alright, these are crimes that receive high visibility in the Air Force. There are many more that are unreported and have gone unnoticed. Sexual harassment, what I'd like to do is give you a couple definitions first. Sexual harassment is unwelcome or threatening or verbal, physical conduct of a sexual nature. Okay? And sexual assault is intentional sexual contact that's unwanted. Back to the basic training issue. Trainees, whether they consent to sex or not, it's in a violation of the UCMJ for somebody, an authority figure or an instructor, to make advances towards somebody, whether they agree to the sexual act or not. It does not matter. You're in a position of authority, and it's illegal. The statistics: 26,000 have admitted to sexual assault. All right. 2010, it was 9,300. That's 1/3 increase in 2 years. This is not just a women problem. 53% of the victims are men. Wow. All right, but this goes unreported. Some people think the don't ask, don't tell policy maybe has something to do with this, but there is no evidence in the research that can justify that. Men don't report it. In the survey in 2012, 1 in 10 victims were women. So once they did a survey, then people actually came out when it was 26,000, 14,000 were men. The survey shows sexual assault is not just a women issue, it's an Air Force issue, it's a military issue, and it needs to be stopped. Alright? There is a renewed commitment to protect our service members. So they came up with something called D3, which is deter, detect, dissuade. Deter is by the headquarters of the Air Force. So we give briefings, videos, checklists when somebody first comes in the Air Force and tells them how to prevent and how to report. Detect is just to report it immediately. When you detect it, report it so we can get the situation resolved. Dissuade, get involved, counsel at every level. So when you notice something, go ahead and counsel the individual and maybe stop it at as lower level possible before it causes serious harm. Whether motives are political or just by doing the right thing, our military members and service members are committed to protecting our people at every level. Statistics show that it's a serious issue in the Air Force, and we've talked about statistics. We've talked about the programs we've set up to deter the situation, and the programs that we've set in place to try to help out to prevent sexual assault. Thank you for your time. Do you have any questions?
So it can be sexual assault even if both parties are in agreement?
Correct. If you're in a authority position, so as in a supervisor, so down at basic training you have sexual assault, and even if they consent, you're the instructor and they're the trainee. They're very naive on the UCMJ and the procedures of how to report things, so it is a violation. So even though they consented, there's no way to tell if you use your power, position power, to basically get them to have sexual contact with you. Is there any other question? No? Once again, thanks for coming. I appreciate all you guys coming, and thank you.
Yay!
Did I make it within
Good
six?
job.